Welcome to the Screen Time Continuum. It is a marvelous Wednesday out here. My name is Keelan, and I'm here with the fellas. Nick, how you feeling? How you doing?
Hey man, I'm all right. Happy Wednesday, Thursday. It's Thursday. There you go.
So when Thursday indeed. I'm not. Did I? I don't think
Swersday.
that's Thursday. Almost Friday. So hey, you know what? Let's just say happy end of the week at this point.
Mm-hmm.
End of the work portion of the week at least. Mike, how you feeling? How you doing?
Hump day.
Day
That's
after.
yesterday though.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's Wednesday's hump
Ah,
day. What do you mean?
we're on the downslope of Hump Day, huh?
Yeah.
The backside. We're on the backside of Hump Day. Oh, pause. Never mind.
Come on.
Um,
You did it.
I mean,
You
you know
did
what?
it.
No, but I think this. I think we're reviewing the correct movie
Yeah,
to abridge things like that and not
this
exactly
movie has
be out of
rotted
pocket.
your brain.
This movie has absolutely given unnecessary pleasure to the dirty receptors of your brain.
Filth, flarn, and filth.
Filth, lard, filth, filth, lard, filth, with no coke and a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
but yeah, so we are here to give you guys a review of the movie Strays, which is currently streaming on Peacock. I want to say Strays came out early 2023, like January, February of this year. But
Yeah.
hey, we'll get to that in one moment. Um, but yeah, we're here to give you guys a solid review of that. I'm hanging out with the fellas. We're talking, we're chilling, and water's flying everywhere over here. I just have to share that. I literally we were 2 seconds before it was time to intro. I spilled like a quarter a cup of water over here. So
Oops.
Well,
I think
darn.
hey, you know what? No worries. I think that to me set the tone in my mind for how we're gonna give this review, what it's gonna run like, how it's gonna sound, and how it's gonna entertain the audience and those that come to check out what we have to say. Um, with that being said, hey Nick, do you have any specifics? Oh, wait. I want to
Mm.
take my shot and see how much of it do I know off the top of my head. I don't know when it came out, but I do know it came out around the beginning of the years because I actually was interested in when this came out
Oh
because
yeah.
there was the Secret Life of Pets, and then the Secret Life of Pets 2 was announced, and then this trailer came up, and I was like, oh, that's not even the same movie, but okay, there's a lot of pets talking in real life type movies. Like, what's going on over there? I'll see what they're doing. But it was all entertainment. And then when this came out, I kind of missed it. But let's see. We have Will Ferrell in this movie. We have Jamie Foxx in this movie. We have Will
Forte.
No, don't
Forte.
help
Yeah.
him. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you, Nick. He gets it. And
Come on.
yes, Will Forte. We have it was somebody else in
Honestly,
this movie. Randall Park is in this movie. Aha. Um, that's all I got. That's all I got.
honestly, I have a hard time remembering Will's last name. To be fair.
Farrell
Mm-hmm.
or Forte?
No,
Forte.
Forte.
I always forget. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I forget his last name.
I always reference him as the last man on Earth. That's
There
the
you
only
go.
way I can remember him
A
most
lot
of
of
the
people
time.
will remember him that way. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's all I remember off the top of my head. I can give you the plot, but that's too easy because I watched the movie. Nick, can you give us some specifics on this movie and help us out?
Well, you're 100% wrong, Keelan. I'm sorry. This movie doesn't star Will Forte or Will Ferrell. This is obviously a Meryl Streep movie. Um,
Hmm.
and it came out actually in August. So a little bit later than we thought it did.
Okay.
But it is directed by Josh Greenbaum, and it's written by Dan Peralt, and it stars, like Keelan said, it doesn't have Meryl Streep in it. Sorry, guys. It stars Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, Isla Fisher, Randall Park, Will Forte, Brett Gelman, Rob Riggle, Josh Gad, Sofia Vergara, Jamie Demetrio, Greta Lee, Jimmy Tatro, and a lot of others.
A lot of
Sophia
people.
Vergara was in this.
She's the
Yeah,
couch.
yeah.
She's the couch.
I didn't
Oh.
catch that until they were in the woods, and then I was like, "Is that Sofia Vergara?"
Hmm. Yeah. And the
I
tagline
thought it
for
was either
the
her or Salma Hayek. For the record, it was either one of the two of them for me.
right. The tagline for this fine film is an abandoned dog teams up with other strays to get revenge on his former owner. That's pretty accurate.
Hey, that's cleaner than what I would have gave.
Yeah,
Pun intended.
Mhm.
brevity is nice.
Oh yeah. So yeah, no, that's pretty straight to the point, clean cut. Let's get some first impressions about the movie Strays. Ah. Who wants to go first?
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Hilarious, Dad.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
I'll go first.
Mhm.
It's
Do it.
exactly what you think it is with the cast you got with Will Forte and Will Ferrell. You know, it's nothing but comedy, and it actually is pretty funny to me. Not that the whole thing is slapstick for me, but it had a good portion of spots where I actually was chuckling instead of just cringing on the inside. Even though there are some minor cringy moments, but nothing too bad. For the most part, I really enjoyed it.
Nice. You didn't mention that you enjoy Jamie Foxx. I mean, you don't have to follow up and say anything about it. I'm just saying you didn't say that. Um, so I appreciate you sharing that. I'm gonna give mine's next, just because I went on ahead and I started a rant already, just so I can make sure that you couldn't comment on the statement I had to make about your first impressions. So I actually enjoyed this movie as well. I thought it was funny. It was fresh in a way that uh, nothing's fresh, honestly, but it was fresh in a way like I don't think we've had something so lighthearted and funny, and at the same time, it hit, I guess, some real comedic tones that almost aren't allowed anymore. Uh,
Mm,
but within that, uh, I just thought it was a really funny movie. I think the CG for the voiceover or the mouth movements of the animals, I thought that was done pretty well. Uh, but other than that, yeah. I also liked the writing. Like there were actual funny people in this movie, so you don't know what was ad libbed and what was it. Like most of the people in this movie are either like acting comedians, like actors that are funny and scenario based, or actual stand up comedians. I think they all have writing ability, even down to Isla Fisher. Um, so yeah, we got a lot of good zingers throughout this, but yeah, that's really what I
agreed.
got for you. Nick, how'd you feel? What you think?
Man, I don't want to be the bad guy. Come on.
Yes,
You're
you do.
always the bad guy.
I know.
Do it.
I know.
Tell us
Ah,
what you really feel.
no. No,
Right.
this movie isn't that bad. I did find it kind of odd though. And maybe it's just me getting older and my sensibilities starting to get dumb. Because I'm older now. But I just found
Mhm.
it too crude to enjoy. Um, a lot of dick and butt and poop and pee and
Yeah,
like
this movie was
that's all.
vulgar from the gate.
That's okay, but it's like I found myself laughing at a much more like innocent scene than any of those jokes. So that just might be my own sensibilities. That's purely subjective. I know that probably people would enjoy this movie, but I found it to be kind of
Actually,
uh
I
yeah.
think we kind of agree.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I found it like Homeward Bound meets Superbad, and I just don't think that the I don't think that the marriage worked 100% just because of the crude humor. I felt like they could have done a little bit more wholesomeness or honesty to it, and that would have made me like it a lot better. Because there are
Mm.
moments where they're not talking about dicks and butts and poop and pee that are funny, and so I kind of made me want to see more of that stuff, but kept getting inundated with penis jokes. So
Yeah. I think that's actually a really good point because that's one of the things I liked about it. But at the same time, I completely understand where it also, at a few points, I was like, all right, that's a lot of them.
mm,
There was a point in this movie where I wanted to have a fuck counter.
Mm,
right,
Like I wanted to like, but in the first 3 minutes of this movie, it was said like 4 or 5 times already.
yeah,
And yeah, so that in itself is a lot. And I enjoyed it, to be clear. I did enjoy it, but I absolutely understand what you're saying. And um, to me, the description you just gave, Homeward Bound meets Superbad, that's perfect. Because what I was thinking was this is the perfect recipe for dog lovers and people who absolutely hate children will watch this movie and love it at the same. Like, I swear. But at the same time, dog lovers would look at people who hate children like they're crazy because they love their dog so much. How do you like what?
Yeah, I
So,
think
yeah.
you pinpointed something there for me because I was wondering this while watching it. I was thinking about who the audience was for this. It's not a kids movie, obviously, because it's so vulgar. But it's also like I don't know if that I would like go out to the movies to see this movie. You know, like as an adult person, I don't know. Like, so there must be a sweet spot between like 16 and 23 or 25 that maybe finds this like this would be the core demographic. But you did mention the dog lover thing, and maybe that's what it is.
Young pothead dog lovers will
There
eat
you
this
go.
probably ate this movie up.
Right. Fair enough.
That age range you're talking about, no matter what job, you know, you can have a nice job, whatever, you cannot work, whatever. But if you love dogs, you don't necessarily have to smoke, but I only say that because of what is his name? Doug in the movie.
Yeah.
So
he's a
with
big
Doug,
pothead.
He's a huge pothead, and that's a big kind of a center for his character. We have a comment here, and Siobhan says, "Oh, Mike."
It's a new show pitch. All Mike, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He becomes an all. He becomes a live streamer, an IRL live streamer, dude. I would love that. Just start live streaming your day. There you go.
That would be hilarious as hell.
Yeah.
It'd be boring.
Says you. Look, nobody in front of the camera enjoys what's going on until it's over.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, what would the name of Mike's show be?
All Mike.
All Mike, no breaks. There you go.
I think that would be a great title. Great title, especially once you know what it's about. That's right now. Hey, yo, you seen that new All Mike? You see episode 7?
There you go.
Man, you won't believe
it. There's a simplicity there that works.
Sounds like an anime character.
It does. Yeah. There you go.
So it works.
I feel like there's a graphic in my mind starting to form for Mike already. So there we go. I'll have a graphic out for this new All Mike show.
He get a graphic, I'll get the words. Let's get it going.
Yep.
So yeah, let's get into this thing because we all enjoyed this movie. Thought it had some good tones to it. Actually, let's do this. Something we like this movie. We know how those go. What is your favorite part? Let's just start with that, and then we'll get into how the movie jumps around. What is your favorite part of this movie, guys?
Yeah, I can tell you that the one thing I laughed the most at, again, which sort of illustrates either that I'm a fuddy-duddy or that maybe some of the better humor was in the more innocent stuff. I really laughed when they all laid down after the carnival scene, where they all were just spinning around in circles. Like that genuinely got a laugh out of me just because it was so wholesome and sort of like silly that I was like, okay, that's a nice reprieve from all of the sexual jokes and stuff. So that really made me laugh.
I like that. And it was real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody who has a dog knows that they do that for.
I watched it. Right.
You know what? Before we get to the next one, I know why they do it. I figured it out. Like maybe in my early 20s, I figured it out. You ever like get in bed and it's comfortable, but it's not quite like you're not quite sinking in?
Yeah,
that's all it is.
You got to fluff it up, man.
They got to fluff it up. Exactly what I was. They got to just make sure that the spot, like this is my area. I know this whole area is. I've touched it. I'm good. All right, I'm done. Done. Siobhan's here. You know, I didn't say what's up to Siobhan. I saw that she commented. I read her comment, but I did not say what's up. Hey, Siobhan, welcome. Thanks for commenting. She said,
showing up.
Right, definitely. Thank you for showing up. Is it like Sausage Party vulgar? No, it's not as bad as Sausage Party. No, not
the fact that you even made that comparison. I was thinking the same thing in my head. I was just waiting to bring it up. I absolutely hated Sausage Party, to be honest. I did.
Too much.
And when he said that, it just reminded me of that movie, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, at least it's not as bad as that movie, because I thought it was just way too much, just over the top, and it wasn't even funny to me.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
I'll say this: the easiest way to explain the difference between this and Sausage Party is Will Ferrell versus Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
True.
I would say Will Forte too, though, because even his vulgarity in the movie is nowhere near that Seth Rogen.
True.
Jonah
That's-
Hill. Sort
Yeah.
Of, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll do a lot to get the point across. My favorite part of this movie, honestly, is just the whole pack mentality of it all. Right. I love that from no matter how you start this, because I don't want to tell the whole storyline yet, which we'll get into. You have a dog that's out there, other dogs kind of come together, and we all know that dogs are pack, they're herd mentality kind of animals. They're wolf nature, right? But to know that even in the wild, even out there alone as strays, they can find that commonality even in other breeds. That was pretty cool to me. I thought that was pretty nice. And um when they made this movie, I really feel like the people who made this movie are dog lovers. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part in the movie was when they ate the mushrooms, and he was like,
that was funny.
they were like, "You look weird." He's like, "You do too." He's like, "Is it my human hands?" I couldn't help but chuckle at that. I just thought that was too funny. And he shows his big man hand. That's my favorite
part. Right. Appreciate that. Siobhan says Mike is lying. He likes pause.
Oh,
Siobhan says you like Sausage Party, sir.
No.
What do you
No,
have to say about that? What do you have to say about that?
That is a fabrication and distortion of all of reality in life.
Yeah,
we
I
know.
was just going to get my
defamation.
I was
That's
just
racist.
going to get my computer charger there, and my wife said, "I like Sausage Party."
Really?
It's funny as hell.
That's surprising.
So judge her next time you talk to her about that.
I mean, look, I think Sausage Party is funny as hell, but there is parts of Sausage Party that even made me go,
Ugh.
all right.
I didn't find most of it funny. I saw it in theater.
Oh, whoa.
I expected to like it every moment of it, and when I watched it, I just sat there with a straight face and was just like, "This is not what I was hoping for."
I do not think it would be funny in the theater. I enjoyed
I
it.
did. I
Mike.
love toilet humor.
Mike, were you saying that they're not kosher sausages?
You know what? And I genuinely like dirty humor. I've always been a big fan of dirty humor. I just didn't find any of this movie funny.
Not of Strays, but of Sausage Party.
No, Sausage Party. Yeah, I didn't find any parts of it to be really humorous at all. I was actually just more like, "What the hell are we doing to society? Where are we at?"
Well,
that's where it did. That's where it took me, and I don't know why. I'm not even that guy like that, or at least I wasn't at the time.
And that was the day that you first said, "Get off of my lawn."
Yes.
Right.
So really quick, so Nick, what I was saying, my favorite parts of this movie were the pack mentality of the dogs, their wolf-like nature, and I forgot what the second one was, but that was the main point. Is just them being able to get along in that way. Siobhan says, I've known Mike for over 16 years, and I can vouch that he does like toilet. Oh, he definitely likes toilet humor. On this channel, they definitely on this channel know he likes toilet humor. I think something that we've also been learning about Mike is his preference when it comes to his level of his entertainment is changing as he ages, and we just get to witness that right here on this channel. Because Mike used to be the toilet humor king.
Right.
So yeah.
Easily entertained.
I never really liked Jay and Silent Bob though, which is
no, I didn't. I,
That's a good question.
they were funny, but I just couldn't get
know
into it.
why. I know.
Why?
I think so too.
Tell me.
You know why. You know why.
You
Come
know
on.
why.
I really don't.
I do. I'm not gonna say it though.
It's a
'cause,
Kevin
you know
Smith.
what?
It's a Kevin Smith and Michael thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm completely clueless.
It's all
That's
good.
okay.
We'll tell you off air.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So let's hop into Strays. We've got 20 minutes in, and they only got 5 minutes of Strays so far, maybe 8. But with that being said, Strays is a good movie. So we got some good stuff to run over here, but at the same time, we like stuff, and when we like stuff, we don't talk about it too long.
No.
But
we end up
we
talking
initially
with people in the chat and having fun.
that's right, which we appreciate. What was that Siobhan was saying?
Sorry,
She
my
said,
computer's a little laggy.
no worry. Siobhan, she said, what? Jay and Silent Bob are awesome. I mean,
And
and
I
Clerks.
couldn't get into it. Couldn't get into it.
Yeah, why don't you like Clerks? I'll never
I
get into
didn't
that.
dislike it. I just couldn't get into it. It's
Can't
not
even
that
get
I
you to
didn't
watch
like.
Mallrats.
Why?
You know, I will stand up for you, Mike. Though I don't like people who like that stuff too much.
Yeah.
I don't know
You gotta
why,
be
but I
able to
just
watch-
don't like people who are like, "Oh man, anything that what's his name does is just so amazing."
I
I'm
was
like,
just about to
Right.
say that.
okay.
That's what it is. It's when people like certain things or like a certain director, they like a director, and then it's like they can
Yeah.
do no wrong.
Right.
I tell you,
Kinda
different
like-
movies are trash.
Yep.
Kind of like me and Sam Raimi. I love Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, he does. Good movies.
Spider-Man, Evil Dead.
Multiverse
case
of
you didn't
Madness,
know.
obviously.
Did he do Man of Steel?
I honestly, I can't say that I like all the work.
Oh, come on.
Doctor Strange Mom was pretty bad.
You were not a true fan then. Sorry, bud.
Oh man, shucks.
You know what? I wish there
Yeah.
was a tiny little dog to bite your ankle right now.
There is
There you
one
go.
in the other
This
room.
is Keelan trying to reel the conversation back. He's like, maybe if I throw in a dog comment, they'll shut the fuck
Right.
up.
Because y'all know if I start, we just gonna be sitting here talking about that, and then we might as well change the title and do Strays a different day.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, I'm doing it more so I don't do it.
Right.
It's all right. You're
But,
keeping us honest. It's all good.
So we meet young Reg. Reggie is, for the audience, Reggie is the dog that you see in our thumbnail. He is the star of this movie. He is the primary character, and he is also voiced by Will Ferrell, who,
William
for whatever reason, doesn't step up to the mic this entire movie. But you can hear him, and it works out well. So let's get to it.
What?
Yeah, he was kind of doing his Buddy the Elf thing.
Right.
Oh,
Because it's one of his only voices I can actually do because his voice is so high pitched. It's like, dude, how?
He was less Mugatu and more Buddy the Elf in this one.
Yeah, Mugatu might have a little. I don't know if I can do the Mugatu. Look, that's a lot of sass. I don't know if I can put that much in.
Yeah.
right.
Mugatu. But enjoyable. So Reggie the dog is voiced by Will Ferrell, and he is Doug's girlfriend's dog. Doug doesn't like dogs, and we meet Doug initially too, and Doug is just an asshole. He has a girlfriend who ends up finding out that he cheating on her because the dog that they got, that again he hates, Reggie pulls a thong or a pair of drawers from out of the bedroom because he likes to play with squishy things, the stretchy things,
Right.
and it's not his girlfriend's. So shit goes south real fast. I
Right,
was
'cause he's gonna buy her for
initially like,
Christmas.
that's nasty.
And see, that's where my suspension of disbelief broke, to be honest, because I couldn't believe that a loser like that would have any
Girlfriend. Right.
Right, a girlfriend and a chick on the side.
Yes, and apparently a sexual predator as well. And doesn't
Yeah.
have a-
Yeah. Well, we don't find that out until like halfway through the movie, but yes.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not halfway, but a little bit
Wait,
later.
what?
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, you missed that part, huh? When he was arguing with his mom about where to move, and he goes, I can't move by a school, Mom." And I was like, "Why would you-"
Right. No, I did catch that. I just forgot
Bro, I
about
had
it
to
that quick.
pause the movie. I was disgusted. I was like, "And why?"
Because it's supposed to be ha 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 ha.
You know why?
Because they're painting him as an incel.
No, they're painting him as a.
Nah,
Never mind. I was gonna
don't
name
do it.
somebody.
Dang! I did it. Did I do it, Nick? I started it.
The
You
law
almost
offices,
did.
the law offices of Nick and Keelan do not condone this message. Sorry.
It's so right. What's so crazy is I was curious if I could even use the word I would use. So I'm just gonna go back to they used to play a game called Fetch and Fuck. And I didn't like the name of that. I did not like the name of that game. Reggie and Doug. That's my best friend Doug. And we play a game called Fetch and Fuck. Excuse me. Fuck you talking about, little Reggie? Blink twice, Reggie. Blink twice.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it was called Fetch and Fuck because Reggie knew that after he fetched the ball and got it back to Doug, when Doug said, "Fuck," that's when Reggie thought he won the game.
Right.
Excuse me, one moment.
Yeah, that's what that extra fuck meant.
Yeah. But oh no, my bad, Nick. That was at the early part of the movie where he's arguing with his mom and talking about that he can't live next to a school. I'm reading it now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so Reggie ends up trying to get the ball. He knocks over the box, and you know, Doug is over it. He's not playing fetch and fuck anymore. He's not trying to just get rid of him. He takes him to the city that's 3 hours away, we find out, and drops him off, leaves him, hoping to never have to see Reggie ever again in his life. Because he blames Reggie for all the bad shit that's happening to him. He said it's because of Reggie that he lost both his girlfriends, that his mom won't pay his rent, and that, you know, his bong is broken and he can't get high now. It's like, sounds like Reggie just helped your life out a lot.
Reggie
Yeah.
got him jump started to the next stage.
Man, it's like you need to drop all of this so you can get up to that, bro. But hey, if this is what you like, young Dougie.
Right.
But yeah, now Reggie is, you know, lost in the city, man. Free dog. Free dog.
Man.
I kind of
Smart
would like
dog.
this better if it was like like the inverse of what it was, instead of the owner being a piece of crap that has no reason to like ever want the dog back.
He was trying to get him back.
No, like it was an actual family, and then Reggie gets lost in the city, and then he has to meet a rough and tumble group of dogs, you know, to get his way back. Maybe that's a little bit too much like Homeward
I
Bound.
think that's been
I was about to
done
say that's
the
part
way-
like a Marley and Me, one of the because
Yeah.
there's a whole genre of those movies that they
Right.
did
That,
where
that's
you
even
love
All
dogs.
Dogs Go to Heaven, the live action version almost.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Or Oliver
But-
Twist, or Oliver and
but-
Company. That's what.
Oh yeah, but I can't tell you that wouldn't be a good movie.
Yeah, I think
And
it would
even though
just.
Oliver and Company was a cat.
I just ended. I mean, like I know I'm supposed to hate what's his name, but I found most of Doug just intolerable. I just couldn't.
Yeah, Doug
Yeah.
was just a funny, not funny. Excuse me. Doug was just a funny looking asshole. Just
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's why I enjoyed it, that character being Will Forte, because he does really well with making unlikable characters unlikable but not hateable.
I don't know.
Like you
I
don't have a reason. You have all reason to hate him because he's a shit person, but there was nothing that made you want to like him. So it's like, okay, I just don't like you.
Yeah.
I just
No, he does
you
his
know,
job
we can do
well.
without
That's
it.
for sure. You know.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming, and I don't need him to be redeemed. I just think that it was kind of a little bit tedious for him as a character, because I was just like, all right, dude, we get it,
Mhm.
we get it.
Right,
You're a loser.
right. We get it. You're a loser, and you like
Yeah.
being a loser, and that's the scary part.
I don't know if he like it. I don't think he acknowledges that he is, and that's where his problem is. He's delusional.
That's
Fair.
true. Yeah.
Fair.
He honestly doesn't think he's a loser. He thinks he thinks the world is against him, and that's what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. I get what you're saying. So Reggie is left in an alleyway, and he has to go and find the ball after external. Well, he doesn't have to, but he goes to find the ball because that's what he's been trained to do. He goes to find the ball. He gets stuck. He can't get back, not realizing that Doug has left him and ain't coming back. But he thinks that's all a part of the game. So it starts raining. He gets stuck, and he basically, you know, he get offered some ass by some street bitches, Dog prostitutes in the alley is crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. But then the young thug rock bullies of the night, they was all up on him. Two Rottweilers caught him in the alley slipping, jacked him for his ball, hemmed him up. But then he got saved by uh, a little pit terrier. What was Bug?
Oh, Boston Terrier.
A
Yeah.
Boston Terrier. So yeah, he got saved by a Boston Terrier with a loud bark because he was so feisty that even the big dogs was like, "Yeah, all right, he got too much energy for me. I don't know if I want to deal with all of this. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it." And I thought that was funny. I thought that was actually a great way to introduce that particular character because in these buddy group type movies, you need one character that's over the top. Like in The Hangover, you needed to have
Alan.
Alan. Thank you. You needed to have Alan because a movie without Alan would have just been a movie with boring ass grown ups.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
You
Agreed.
know, you always have to have that one outlier, and sometimes that person tends to, or it turns out to be the leader. And in this case, that just so happens to be the case. So he meets Bug. Bug starts teaching him about the rules of the strays,
Street.
rules of the streets. And I thought
Yeah.
that was funny. I thought that was really funny because everybody needs a little bit of guide. Everybody needs some help.
Yep.
And there were three rules, three main rules, three major rules. Those three major rules is what you piss on, you own.
Yep.
Rule number two, you can fuck anything. Fuck everything, in fact.
That's actually a rule of nature. What you piss
That is a
on, you
rule of
own.
nature. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Like it, like that. Anyway, rule number three, you're on your own,
Yep.
but you are free. Free to
That's a
roam, do
rule
what
of
you
life.
want to. But you are on your own. Um, what else does Reggie show him? Reggie shows him how humans interact with their pet dogs. Reggie takes him to the what did Reggie call it? The free range where they let the dogs just I forgot how he described it, but I was dying laughing like, yo, he's an asshole. Like
Yep.
he for sure is out of pocket. But they basically go to the dog run where the other dogs are let off their leash by their owners, and their owners sit and congregate. We meet Hunter, who is a failed police dog who became a therapy dog. I'm not sure how he's a failed police dog. I'm thinking they sent him to the police academy. There's too many damn dogs, and then they ended up sending him over to take care of the old folk. And that's really how that worked out.
He failed
And then
Probably
because he's a
he's
Great
too
Dane.
sensitive.
Well, he's a
He
Great
that big.
Dane. What type of police dog is ever? No, never. Great Danes are never police dogs. So maybe he just wanted
Not
to
even
police.
not even a ranger dog.
Nah,
Arr,
they would
arr.
just
A hunter?
just German shepherds and those other ones, those short haired. I forget what the heck they're called. Weird.
Short-haired shepherds.
I don't know, the Austrian dogs, whatever. I forget what they're
Yes.
called.
I forget too. I don't.
Yeah.
The wolf dog, like the white wolf dog things.
No, it's they look like German shepherds, but they have short hair and they're super like I think they're called Belgian Malinois. That's what they are.
Oh,
Yeah,
Whoa,
those are the
okay.
ones that military and police use a lot.
Okay, got it.
Not some dinky,
Gotta look those
dopey
up.
Great Dane.
But I can help you.
Yeah.
And you know what? He ain't do nothing through this whole. Never mind.
No.
Well, he did something, but uh, but yeah, Bug believes they need to tap back into their wolf ancestors and shake that shit off. But he also believes that humans collect dog poo to make chocolate because dogs ain't never had no chocolate. And I was like,
right,
I actually understand that logic.
right.
That's, that's pretty smart. That's pretty good logic.
That's good dog
But
logic. Because
yeah,
they eat poop. We don't eat poop.
right, right. But we take the poo, so they like, yo, why you doing that?
Right.
I was saving that for later.
Right.
Ugh.
Like I was leaving that there. Anyway, let's see. Dogs don't eat chocolate because they eat poo. Oh, and then that's when he's introduced to the closer. So he introduced to Hunter, who's a therapy dog, and Maggie, who is the oldest dog to her owner, who has a new little toy dog that just looks cute and cocks her head to the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then moves it this way and act like I'm so confused. And I was like, that's funny as hell.
Right.
It's like, oh, so those little dogs, they know what they're doing. They just okay. Uh, but yeah, they end up going to Scraps Night. Scraps Night looked pretty fun, aside from drinking the garbage juice, but it also made sense that the garbage juice was like fermented technically, so it got them hella lit.
I thought it
And
was beer.
I think it
it,
was
it probably was a mix of that too. Yeah.
beer and rotten food.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All of the stuff out the restaurant just thrown into the bag.
hmm
Right.
And they're just lapping that up after they've had all the pizza that hit the ground, and so they ate well, they drank well, and now they go out on the town and they party. They fuck gnomes. They go and they have some discussions about some things. They talk about Hunter's big dick, which was like, whoa, what? Pause. What are we doing? But then they go and talk to
Mini
Chester,
Paul.
and they try to get Chester to knock it off. They go and try to get they go and try to get Chester to come outside of the invisible fence. And it's like, there's an invisible fence. I can't go. And like, there's no invisible fence, Chester. And Chester believes him and he tries to go and he starts running and he gets shot and he just drops and slides.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that has to be some level of animal cruelty, but that shit's funny.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that's
sure it
not
was
funny.
PG. Yeah.
Yo, yeah, I know they didn't really shock the dog, or I would think they didn't really shock the dog. But then you have the scene where Reggie runs and jumps over the fence because he's so lit that he has the courage to do anything. And that was also cool and funny because it's their whole bonding moment. But in all this bonding, he even talks about he starts telling them about his time with Doug, and they learn how he was tortured basically with Doug, and the bandana around his neck was Doug's cum rag. Like that was sick. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it, when his penis sneezes, he uses this. What? All right. Listen, I know everybody around here may not know, you might not always know that your owner is a terrible person, but damn,
Right.
you know.
It's
Uh
pretty gross. Pretty
pretty
gross.
gross. But yeah, Reggie ends up realizing that Doug wasn't a good guy after everybody reacts and kind of gives a little bit of feedback. And what he does from there is he just decides, I'm gonna bite his dick off. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna get back at him. He never told me I was a good boy. He never appreciated me. I'm gonna bite. You know what? Hey, y'all go head home. I'm gonna find my way back and I'm gonna go bite his dick off. And they or like, and this is where for me, I was like, all right, now it's becoming a real movie because I didn't expect them to become like a pack, like a herd. I expected him to
Mhm.
actually meet all of them individually along the way, not the way it happened. So what happened in the way it happened, and they kind of become this ragtag team of dogs. I liked that. I thought that was pretty kind of cool because everybody agrees that they're going to go with him and help him because, I mean, Bug's a stray. Uh, Hunter isn't a stray, but I guess he just roams in and out of the clinic or whatever the heck. There's nobody really with him, and
Yeah. You
Maggie's
don't
owner
see.
doesn't care. So yeah, he just seemed like he was kind of on his own, and when he popped up, that's when they would take him, and whatever the hell. Um, But either way, they were only gone for like 2, 3 days, so maybe nobody was really tripping. They're dogs. Uh, but yeah, the crew is down to go with, and they all start their doggy dog adventure. And I thought that was cool.
Mhm.
Let's see. Hunter. Oh. And Hunter doesn't howl. He says, howl, howl, howl. I thought that was so funny. Also, like Nick said, some of the dick jokes were just like, come on, we didn't need that. Like, let's go get some dick. Hold on.
Mm-mm. No,
I
no,
think
no.
Yeah.
they said that way too many times and were way too eager about it.
Yeah. I think honestly, like again, the moments this movie shines are in its sort of like wholesomeness, which is a little bit few and far between. Maybe that juxtaposition against the vulgarity makes it more entertaining. But for me, like something cute doing something raunchy isn't automatically funny.
Gotcha.
And so I think that like sometimes in this movie they lean a little bit too heavy on like a cute little dog saying "dick," and I'm like, all right, dude, you said it once. You don't need
But
to
you got to
keep
remember
doing
one
it.
thing:
Yes.
art imitates life.
Are dogs running around saying "dick"? What's going on here?
No, but the people doing the voices probably do.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I can see that being Will Ferrell's. I can definitely see dick being Will Ferrell's favorite word.
Maybe.
Just
Well,
walking around saying, yeah, I ain't gonna say that, but yeah.
Rumors being what they are too. I didn't say nothing about nobody specific. You can't hold it against me.
That's the point. That's the point.
I'm behaving.
So yeah. Reggie starts to think of ways to find his way back home. They get to a carnival and they meet the narrator dog. I thought that was pretty funny. Who he had a killer owner, and he's like, nobody's fucking listening to you, dude. And he's like, I know no one's. It's sad that no one's listening to me because I'm the only one who knows that he has 2 bodies in his basement. Like, what? That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Maggie and Hunter have a moment. I wrote his name down as Hank here. That is hilarious. The fireworks scare them and they run off. I thought that was actually pretty funny and pretty clever because they even have that scene where you see the humans just kind of like, but the dogs, it's like pandemonium World War II. I thought that was dope because again, dog lovers. I really believe the people who made this like dogs a lot.
Yeah, cinematography, I think, on that scene was pretty decent. Yeah, it was a good way of sort of visually showing the chaos that the dogs were going through, and then the humans sort of like, this is just a normal fair. It doesn't freak them out at all. So I thought they did well on the cinematography with those scenes running through the carnival.
Yeah, and I agree with the cinematography point because I really was interested in how they were like shooting the shots between the people of the dogs. Like again, you saw a lot of those kind of movies, like animal kind of movies that were running through and being around people and stuff, like Air Bud type movies when we were younger. But you don't see a lot of that nowadays, and it reminded me of stuff like that. They just have these interactions, or movies where like you get a bunch of animals break out and then they tackle the human or something like that.
Yeah, this was better.
This was way better. This was way better. Let's see. They show that they want to show each other how much they've bonded with each other because they're excited and decided to pee on each other because Reggie's only concept of ownership is to piss on something. And he's like, well, if we're friends, we should show that we love each other, we own each other, and and piss on each other. And it's like,
ugh.
Like, okay, I guess I get your point. And it's like, it wasn't like, hey, everybody put your paw in. It was like, hey, just piss on me. Like, what? Like, it's gonna give
It's
each other
warm on the
shot.
outside and on the inside.
Right. He would remember. Mr. I don't like vulgarity. Oh no. What happened? Bring him back. You'll do it now.
I didn't do.
Not you.
Ugh.
Good Pete. Look, Mr. I don't like vulgarity, but that was the part that you found funny. Hilarious.
I did. I don't find a lot of stuff like sausage. I think it's the sex jokes that I really find less funny now. I think that's probably what it is.
I get that.
But it depends on what it is though too. Right.
I could get that, especially when it comes to certain things. Sex isn't necessary to be discussed all the time.
Right.
I am going to freak out. Sorry, guys. My computer is
it's all good.
So stupid. I don't know.
No worries.
What the hell is going on?
It's not stupider than mine.
Kind of stupider than yours because you've been fine this entire time. I've had like 4 glitches going on here.
Dang.
At the same damn time.
Yes.
Well, I just meant because I don't have a computer.
Fair enough.
Fair point. Siobhan says, This movie really sounds interesting. I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah, go and watch it, Siobhan. It's on Peacock.
Yeah,
It's actually a pretty good watch. It's a pretty good read, excuse me, or watch.
yeah,
Blah. It's hilarious.
that part he said.
Mhm.
She says, "You don't like campy sex jokes, Mister."
I did, but less so now. Now that I'm older, it's just they don't hit the same.
No, they don't. It's weird.
It's just yeah. I'm just getting old, I guess.
Adult sensibilities ain't for all of that play, foo
Right.
foo. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't even like the taste of fufu.
I mean, but if you once you dip it in, never
What a
mind.
dick.
You ain't eating it
All
right.
right. Now,
I don't.
No.
I don't like it.
We'll talk about it later. Disrespecting all our Nigerian.
views and opinions
Well,
expressed in this podcast
That's
are
right.
for entertainment
Good
purposes
job,
only.
Nick. Good job. Let
Well-
all the Nigerian people know that we are accepting igusi and fufu and something else that I probably never had. That's probably made with goat or something. I'm down to try it. Don't be
I'm
messing
just
up our
saying.
blessings, Michael.
Nick, all I'm saying is
Yeah.
fufu is a type of food that
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
gotcha.
prefer.
Okay,
That's
good.
what it is.
All right.
Oh,
I thought we
man.
were using innuendo here. I was getting
No.
Sorry. I thought you knew it was being funny. I thought you actually knew it was being funny. Sorry. No. Yeah, fufu.
No. I realized Nick didn't understand.
No,
Well,
no,
I kind of guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it doesn't have the best flavor profile. He's not lying there.
yeah. It's doughy. Anyway.
Yeah, it's wet and doughy. Fufu. Oh my god, the Nigerian food. The
Gotcha.
Nigerian
Sure.
dumpling.
Sure. Uh-huh.
It's like a loose dumpling. Oh my god. This is incredible. Oh my god. I
How'd you
can't
do that? How'd you do that?
Wow!
Wow. How did I do
Oh my god! Wow!
that? So
Hilarious.
wow, where are we? They show their bond by pissing on each other after Reggie gets stuck. It brings him comfort even. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I
wrote
skipped a
it.
line. I skipped a line in between it, and I was like, what am I saying right now?
Mhm.
So Hunter, we find out that Hunter could have been removed his cone. It's not that he can't take the cone off or he has to have it. He'll hurt himself so that he has to keep the cone on because it brings him a level of comfort. And I think it's kind of like, just he don't have to really view the whole world in the way it is. He gets to view things the way he wants to.
Right.
And kind of
It's
just
funneled
be
right
slow.
into the way he likes.
Exactly.
Or it's because he's a therapized dog, and he thinks he has generalized anxiety disorder.
That is a fair point. I never thought about that. That is
Security
good.
blanket. Yeah.
I like that. So next thing we have happen though is Bug with his tiny little this tiny little dog. He's snatched up by a falcon
An
or a
eagle,
hawk.
a hawk.
Yeah, what
Ah. Right. A big bird with no genitals.
Mhm.
that's part of the movie. It's just funny because I was like, what?
Oh, what? Another genitalia joke? No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that was in there. Yep.
Wow.
That was a thing.
I hadn't heard
Maybe
that
it's
one
under the
before. That's
feathers.
good. Yeah.
Well, what's crazy about that is I actually overheard a kid ask a parent, "Where's the bird's butt?" And I was like, "What?"
Well, underneath the feathers in the
Yeah,
back.
but how do you explain that to a kid that probably was like 5, walking through Target? And I also, what kind of a question is that in Target? I don't know, but yeah,
That's not
You get a
bad
National
point.
Geographic. That's how
Yeah,
you explain it.
I didn't stick around long enough to hear the parents' answer, but I was very curious as to what the answer was.
Just let him watch the Crocodile Hunter. He definitely blows up cloacas all the time. Yes,
He does.
he does.
It's the Crocodile Hunter. He. If it's one
I'm
thing
gonna
I could
stick
say,
my finger up its cloaca.
if it's one thing I could say, he discovered some things and for whatever reason, fingers explored.
Well,
But he introduced a lot of things to
it's science,
our
man.
childhood.
It's science.
It is science, actually.
Don't ask any questions.
I mean, to be fair, if you were a wild animal and somebody was trying to tame you, a finger in your cloaca is definitely
Hey,
the way to
listen,
get you
I was about to
attention.
say, you want to exert some dominance. I think that's it.
I mean, that was the South Park episode. He said, "Oh, it's getting pretty mad now. I better stick my finger up its cloaca."
Okay. I want to stop there because I have like a couple jokes that I wanted to rattle off right there, and I know for sure they are out of pocket.
Out of
Oh,
pocket.
man. Oh,
Back-
Reggie grabs on to Bug's foot as Bug is grabbed by the big bird, and they're floating through the air. And Dennis Quaid, who apparently is a bird watcher, and all he does is check off bird, is there, and he sees them. Siobhan says birds lay eggs through their poop chute. Yes, they do. In
That's
fact,
the biological term for it too.
yeah. I always wonder. Yeah. I'm not gonna share what I always wonder because chickens.
You thinking about chickens a lot? All right.
Huh?
Chicken. You thinking about chicken butts a lot?
Chicken butt.
Yeah.
Say what? Chicken butt.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh
why
yeah. So
not?
they end up falling. They end up falling into a tree. They seek squirrel menage a trois, which
Oh no way! Another sex joke.
that's where I was with Nick. Like, and if you pay attention to how that was going down, all right. Yeah, Siobhan, if you're still here with us, when you go and see the movie, you'll understand why some of these pauses are in there because pause on a lot of this shit. But still have fun, still enjoyable. So they talk about poop, they talk about human sex, knock knock jokes, and they keep giving Maggie a hard time every time she tries to tell her knock knock joke. They knock knock.
Mhm. That's pretty
That
funny.
was funny as hell. Siobhan says, just a squirrel trying to get a nut. No, 3 squirrels trying to get a nut. Well, technically 2 squirrels trying to get a nut and 1 squirrel. Yeah,
Saving away for winter.
for sure. Oh man,
Oh man.
you guys should hear what we're gonna sound like on Patreon. Good luck.
Man.
So yeah, they get hungry. They go looking for food. Reggie finds some mushrooms, so they go on a mushroom binge and eat every mushroom in sight. 4 dogs eat every mushroom in sight of the forest, and they are
My favorite scene in the movie.
And the next thing you know, they are tripping balls.
Oh yeah.
Animation, seeing their worst nightmare, seeing their best nightmare, seeing everything. Everything is just haunting. And they also end up finding some fun, fluffy little stuffed animals to play with, and they pull them out of a hole and they just toss them around with each other, and they're just,
Keelan,
sir.
I think somebody's playing video games while
You,
on the
ooh,
podcast. I'm hearing
Who
little
would be doing that?
I'm hearing little clicky sounds. Where
you
is
clicking
that
over
coming
there?
from? Click, 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 click.
Always clicking.
Trying to see,
Man, how dare you?
How
trying to
dare
see if I can
you?
see anything in that camera over there. What are you doing? How dare
Can't
you?
believe this disrespect?
Disrespect. Don't even have the courtesy to hit the mute button.
Nope.
What are you talking about?
We hear you click
What?
clacking.
You know, I'm gonna say we hear the clickety clacks.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Mm-hmm.
No clickety clack.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to believe them or not. But let's see. Where were we? We were talking about
Tripping on the mushrooms.
Tripping on mushrooms. Thank you. So they're tripping on the mushrooms. and they find the fluffy animals, the fluffy stuffed animals, and they pick them apart and they play with them and they're tossing them around because it's fun. And they were having a dream. And the next thing you know, they wake up in the morning recovering from their binge, huddled up on each other, and all of a sudden you find out those were not stuffed animals.
Mm-mm. Wait,
Not at all.
those were bunnies
Those are real bunnies.
in their hidey hole.
Oh my god! In their hidey hole. That does not sound appropriate.
Why?
I don't
What
know
are
why
you
they were,
thinking about?
I don't know why they were guilty about killing bunnies in a forest.
Because they're dogs and they're domesticated dogs.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Domesticated dog. They chase that. They chasing a squirrel or something. No, no, you don't do that. They chase a rabbit or something.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So they've been reprimanded plenty of times. But after they do that, they bury the evidence, and next thing you know, they're walked up on by some police dogs, and police dogs call them to attention and kind of start sniffing around because they're looking for a little girl. They just making sure y'all ain't had contact with this little girl, or else, what I'm saying, I'll do some things to Hunter. Pause. So then the police dog says something out of pocket to Maggie. I forget what he says, but Hunter kind of stands up for her, but then he don't stand up for her because he still ain't got that dog in him. He got that kitty cat in him. And what ends up happening is we find out that the police dog is actually his partner, Rolf. And Rolf is one of the funniest freaking names ever to me. I love that name. I don't think I could name my kid Rolf, but it's a hilarious name.
And so
Hey, Rolf.
Now, hey, Mike, I just want to say now it sounds like you're on a metro bus.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe it's just something with we've been having connection changes and crap all night.
yeah. StreamYard is a piece of what right now.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you're good. I'm like, look, we gonna find out that they're gonna have a major update and overhaul, and we're gonna have to apologize for all the things we say about them in the meantime. But until then, we meet Rolf, the police dog, and he gets Hunter and his friends thrown into the pound, and I don't like it, and they don't like it. We find out that he really is a piece of doo doo, and by the time of the end of their interactions with him, for the whole time, Rolf comes to the conclusion that he needs to work on himself because he kind of a piece of shit. Like he ain't a good dude. He ain't a good dog. Not a good dog. Good dog. Let's see. We find out that Bug did have a human owner. They tried to euthanize him because he bit her ankle after she stepped on his foot while he was asleep. And he ends up getting away. But he says this isn't about dogs. This is about all dog owners. And while they're all locked away in a pound, they try to use. Now, this is the to me, this was the one that was like, all right, no. And at first, it was funny to me when it was just the imagination of Hunter trying to use his penis to get the keys. The imagination of that was funny. But when they actually showed us the shot of it was like, all right, did they have to do that?
Oh no way!
Right.
Another genitalia joke. Wow.
No, an extensive genitalia joke.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because dog dicks are funny, guys. They're funny.
You mean lipstick?
Because they're pink.
Red Rocket. Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Oh man.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, so they end up getting all of the dogs in the pound to go along with them. Reggie gives the inspirational speech to get them all to poo, so that the dog catcher or the guy who worked there would have to come in and clean up all the poo, and that's when they would all run out at the same time. I can't remember what his name was. Who was that played to make chocolate exactly? What was the guy that played the dog catcher's name again? Or who was that?
I don't know.
His name's Brett Gelman.
Right.
Yeah, he's in a lot of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah, I've seen him in other things.
He was in The Other Guys.
Yeah. He played the husband,
Arnold Palmies.
To the ex-girlfriend.
Who wants Arnold Palmies?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Christina. You get it right. You get my wife's name right. You get back here. You have like what? You know, I remember that now.
I got wild
Um,
fast.
hey, fast, fast. So uh, he gets covered in poo, and he also gets pooed in his mouth. No, no, no. Sorry, he doesn't get pooed in the mouth. The other way. He
Wait,
gets
what?
covered in poo because nope, nope. That's later in the movie. Sorry, I'm too early. He gets covered in
Yeah,
poo because he slips and falls and rolls in poo. And then he comes out and smears poo all over the counter. And yeah, it was crazy. But either way, after Reggie gives that inspirational speech, he's kind of like the pack leader at this point. They end up getting free. And then they realize because Reggie grabbed the ball before they left, Bug presses him a little bit and lets him like, "What you doing? Put the ball down. Put it down, son. Put it down. You don't need that." So we find out that Reggie has no intention on biting Doug's dick off. He has no intention on leaving Doug. He intends on actually going home and making amends and apologizing to Doug, even though he a dog.
right.
And Doug don't understand, but he thinks it's all he wants to make it right because he thinks it's his fault now. Um, and he leaves everybody. You know, he just walks away. And Bug is unhappy. So now he mad. He don't even want to be around Maggie and Hunter. He leave them and go off by himself, but he ends up finding the lost girl and starts calling for help. And as he's calling for help, he Maggie and Hunter hear him. So then they come. Now they're louder because it's three big dogs barking, or two big dogs barking and a little dog. But Hunter is heard by Rolf because they're still searching for the girl. And Rolf says, "I ain't gonna ask how y'all out here and not in the pound, but thank y'all for doing the job and finding the girl and yada yada yada." Um, what happened? Oh, my bad. I was like, what happens after that? They catch Reggie's scent because they didn't know the way back. You know, they have no clue how to get to Doug's house because Reggie's gone. But of course, they have the best sniffing bitch in the world in Maggie. And Maggie goes, she gets the scent off of the, off the scarf beyond the
Hmm.
pee because she can sniff something and she can sniff your asshole and tell you what you ate 3 days ago for breakfast. You know, that was
Nasty.
a crazy, yeah, that was crazy. Sack of dimes? What? So anyway, they end up finding Reggie and they go with Reggie. Reggie's already in the house, where he thought that Doug was already gone. He buries the bone or the bone, excuse me. He buries the ball in the backyard, and then he finds out Doug ain't gone. Doug here now. Doug then came back and he's telling Doug by telling Doug off, and he tries to leave after he tells Doug off. But Doug's pissed because he trying to figure out why the dog is here, and he get mad. He slams the door and he try to hit Reggie with the bat, which I honestly this didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. I get he's just stupid and deranged, but he was already like just let him walk out the door. You didn't want him anyway. Just close the door, lock
Yeah.
him out.
Right.
He just
Right.
needs to be a cartoonish villain because
Yeah.
that's because
Why not? Why not?
well, that's why.
Moves the plot along.
Yep. Exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, it's the only reason that Doug is such a D bag. It's just because he has to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't give his character any room in between. And I don't think he deserved to have any. But anyway, so they find a lost Girl Scout. They get back. Reggie gets back. He tells Doug off, but he ends up getting saved by his friends because Doug was trying to take him out. Let's see. Did I miss anything?
Bites Doug's dick off.
No, I know that. I was saying before I got to that, did I miss anything? Because this is where it's all at. So he ends up biting Doug's dick off after Doug had just hit a bowl. The ember was still burning. They knocked down the bong on accident, but the house starts catching on fire. He bites Doug's dick off after the other guys are holding him down. And that's pretty much where it all goes from there. After he bites Doug's dick off, they leave. And after that, we kind of get that good old comedy movie follow up on all of the characters. That meme that goes around like after 10 years, so and so did this. But in this situation, it's all immediate. So we see Doug
The
immediately goes to the
Sandlot
hospital.
ending.
Thank you. There you go. The Sandlot ending. Doug goes to the hospital, finds out that he's ingested a large amount of poo. They can't reattach his penis. And yeah, he's just all around messed up.
I'm gonna
Um,
say that's still a tragedy, no matter
that is
who
a
it is.
tragedy. That is a tragedy. Even for Doug. Doug didn't deserve to lose his penis just to not be able to use it for a while.
Yeah,
Maybe. I
yeah.
mean, it depends if you want to take sides in this thing. I'll take Reggie's side. Um, but yeah,
I don't think anybody should lose their wiener. I'm sorry. Well,
could
there are
or should.
certain people.
Certain
Certain
people
people.
that can't move next to schools.
Yeah,
Right.
like
You,
Doug.
right when you put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Hunter, what is he? He just returns back to going to work, and he ain't got no cone on no more. He good. He smooth. Maggie is now a police dog, and she's a top sniffer, but she's kind of like a civilian police dog. And the police lady that we met that was with Rolf now owns her or has her. Doug is a pet to the little Girl Scout that he helped get found, and Reggie is now the new stray liaison. He goes and finds scared stray dogs and teaches them how to get along on the streets because he's rough and tumble. And
Right.
that's what happens.
I didn't like that very much.
I didn't like the ending like that either.
That's
I
weird.
thought it was funny,
Yeah.
but I thought it could have been done a little better.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like
There was something missing there. I don't know.
they should have all gone off to live as a pack.
Yeah, that. Yeah, or all
That's
been adopted by the same family.
Yep, there
Something
you
like
go.
that. Yeah.
There you go. Siobhan says, "Is this on Hulu?" No, Siobhan, it's on Peacock.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. Um, bug intended. But yeah, with that and said, blah, 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 blah. I don't really know if there's exactly. Skibbity bebop. I have nothing else to add to this movie. This movie was pretty solid. But are there any closing remarks we have before we give our rating?
No, pretty
No.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't think there was anything that leaped off. But again, solid movies, worth watching. I would watch it again, just probably not in the next year or so. But if it came on, like I see somebody watching it a year or two down the road, a couple of years down the road, I wouldn't hesitate to sit down and watch it again.
Fair.
Well, this is
Yeah.
my second time watching it, so fair enough.
Oh, so you love it?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
say that,
you're definitely gonna have the
but I
highest
enjoyed
rating. You should go first.
Oh,
I definitely enjoyed it. I don't know about loved it, but it definitely made me laugh and chuckle a few times.
Mhm. Indeed.
I didn't care for all the dick stuff as we've already discussed, so I mean that part's not a secret. But I did find a lot of humor in the movie. I didn't care that a penis was bit off. That part's still kind of tragic, even for I mean, just in general as a man, I find that to be tragic.
Mhm.
But I love dogs, and I thought the movie was hilarious, so I can live with it.
fair enough. What do you rate
So
it?
rating, I'll give it a solid 6.5.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fair. Keelan, do you want to go or do you
That's
want me to
actually,
go?
I'll go. I'll go. That's actually higher than I thought you would have won, Mike. But I understand. Yeah, I like this movie. Again, there are a few things that make you kind of cringe, few things that make you like side eye, like, oh, okay, that's the choice I made there. But for a movie that's just under 2 hours, about an hour and a half actually, it was enjoyable. Not much downside if you can stomach vulgar jokes and them just being a little, not even dick and fart jokes, just a lot of dick jokes. Um, you can get along through this if you're squeamish, certain things being said and done kind of make you, yeah, maybe not, even though they're animals, some of that even still will get you. But for the most part, this is a really good movie. I think everybody who can stomach it should go and watch it. Like we said earlier, it is definitely not Sausage Party, but it's also not The Land Before Time or something like that. It's not Balto. Um, with that being said, I am gonna give this
Also,
a solid, huh?
Balto.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give this a solid 5. I want to give it a little bit more, but I don't really have a basis right now for comedy ratings. I think this would be a good midway parameter. So yeah, I'll give this a 5. You know what? Hell, I'll give it a 5.5 because it's a little bit above the middle of the pack. So yeah, let's start this at a 5.5 for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't think this movie's bad. I think that the people would probably find it pretty entertaining. Again, I think the complaints that I have are what we've already said before. I just don't find um dick jokes as funny as I used to.
Mhm.
And so it didn't hit as hard for me. I thought that the moments of like honesty and sort of wholesomeness were more funny. Again, case in point, when they're all trying to lay down, I thought that was a great scene, and it didn't have any toilet humor in it. So take that for what you will. That's a subjective, a matter of taste. So, like Keelan said, if you're not worried about that type of thing, I think you'll enjoy this movie. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. It's pretty lighthearted. Dogs are cute, and I think that the CG for the mouth is pretty good.
Yep.
It's decently convincing enough. Some of the cinematic scenes are decent as well. The story is, I mean, nothing that you're going to like. It's
Right home to
nothing
mom
that,
about.
yeah, it doesn't stand out all that much, but that it doesn't need to because it's kind of just a simple story and you're supposed to laugh. So I was thinking of 5 as well. I think that it's a perfectly good average movie for my taste, but you could, I think if you enjoy this type of stuff, you could probably rate it a 6 or a 7, depending on
Mhm.
how you feel about it. So
Okay.
yeah, but for me, it's a 5 just because I can't get past the constant dick jokes. So.
Right.
Indeed. Understandable. All right, that's 17 out of 30 gives us a 5.2. 5.2.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's solid. I think that's a good, like I said, starter in my opinion for comedy because we don't have a lot of like solid comedies. We have movies that are funny, but this solidly falls into the comedy circle. Um, and with that being said, I mean, hey, Strays was a decent enough movie. It got us out here. We're out here talking about it. We enjoyed it. Go ahead, guys, check that out on Peacock, as we let you guys know all the time. Go ahead and check out anything that we watch. We always try to let you guys know where to catch those things because, hey, while we're enjoying them and we're reviewing them, we also want you to go and support them because we can't review things that don't exist. So yeah, go ahead, check that out, see what you think of it. Tell your friends that have seen it or that are gonna see it to come over here and check out our review. Drop some comments, check in, know when we're coming on next. In fact, to know when we're coming on next so that you can be around for a live show when we do shoot one and you can be in the comments like Siobhan. What's up, Siobhan? Thanks again for hanging out for this particular episode of our review of Strays.
Thank
You
you.
will go ahead and guys, check out some of the platforms that you love, like your YouTube, your Facebook. Heck, you can really just probably go to your Google, your Spotify, your Rumble, also your Twitch, and you're going to type in some of these shows to find them because this is what we do and where we are. If Numbers Could Talk, Screen Time Continuum, Exofathom, and This Merry Moment are all available on your major platforms and on some of your smaller platforms like Rumble and Spotify, as well as hop on over to Twitch and check out Strawberries and Coffee and King_of_Ilion, where Dejan and Mike will be giving you guys games out of the vault and different things coming to you as they are released. By all means, we appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, Siobhan, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving us some insight on who we're over here shooting the show with. Because, right? Tell us he don't like toilet humor. Yeah, we appreciate the love.
Thank
indeed.
you. Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate you, Siobhan.
And for the Screen Time Continuum, we appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, for sharing, liking, subscribing. If you haven't done that, please like, share, and subscribe. If you don't know how to subscribe, just go on over to the page. You'll see our icon, or even at the bottom of this video in your little tab bar, you'll see it over to the right next to our name. Just hit that and boom, you're subscribed. We appreciate you. For the Screen Time Continuum, my name is Keelan.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Mike.
Don't be a stray. Come on back around here.
Very punny.
Hey, hey, hey.
Another genitalia joke. Awesome.